What is good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting. And it's not even close. We have refocused our attention and moved the show to Florida. You guys know the background. You know, if you see this background, that means I'm in town to do a PGA Tour event this week. It's a Zurich Classic. We will have picks all week long from the Zurich Classic right here on the Early Edge. But when I got off an airplane at midnight in Jacksonville, Florida, do you know what I want to see? I want to see just how great the brand was on Monday. And we had a killer day between the morning show that was awesome and then the night show. I got so many tweets saying, Coach, I learned, I cashed, I enjoyed it. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And even when I'm not on the show, my boys, my crew, they still kill it, and they did it yesterday. By the way, the Jewelers Gym cashed at about 1:30 a.m. last night. That's how good my guys were yesterday. But it's all about today. So look at the stars of the show that I have today. Oh, my, what do I do? Where do I start? Well, I think I'm going to start live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Zack Simmons, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, gentlemen. Yeah, I haven't been on the show since March Madness final on Monday. It seems like 2 months ago I was down in Arizona with the family. We used to do it every year. I'm glad we were able to get back down there and just enjoy some time with family on both sides. Well, we were all over the place, so I didn't get a chance to do pretty much any games over Easter weekend, but I'll definitely have some plays today, and I do have a prop for the show.
Oh, can't wait for that. It was so crazy because I know you haven't been on the show for a while. Do you know who was asking about you in your absence?
Who's that?
Nobody!
You got me. You got me.
I got you. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to do that. All right. My bad. Live. I haven't even found a way to introduce him yet. He's just our NBA aficionado. Mike Barner. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm watching out for the bus here so I don't get run over by that too. So move on quickly.
I promise you there won't be any more jokes. At least not towards Zach. I can promise you. That's my one for the day. And also finally, live from parts unknown. We call him Prop Stars. He just continues to cash. And last night when I got off the airplane, Alex, there was another 2 or 3 tweets, and you're just doing what you do.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. I appreciated it. If you tailed my article plays yesterday, we had a clean sweep. We also cashed our pick from the NBA stream. Unfortunately, my K-prop got rained out, so I'm a little salty about that, but I'm ready to run it back today. It's not a loss, Coach. I just wanted another baseball win, so.
I just want to hear you say K-prop as much as I possibly can here on the show. That's what I want. All right, let's get into storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And I'm telling you right now, the NBA playoffs, the way they've started, it's exciting, it's fun, and certain players and teams are really starting to separate themselves just a little bit. But last night, a team that's missing their star, well, they found another star in Jalen Brunson. Mikey B, start us off.
Yeah, that was the most exciting game in the NBA last night, the Mavericks and Jazz. Jalen Brunson with 41 points to lead the Mavericks to a victory. He shot 15 of 25 from the field. He hit 6 3-pointers, also had 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. That came on the heels of game 1. He had 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Mavericks tied this thing up. There may be no one more excited about his performance than his agent. Brunson is an unrestricted free agent after the season. This guy's going to get paid.
Isn't it nice when that happens? You have a nice little playoff. You're like, oh, by the way, July 1st, I can go anywhere that I want to go. By the way, Mad Max in the Thunderdome last night hit a nice little plus 2,900 parlay with Jalen Brunson. You know, he does those crazy, hit 5 threes, score 30 points. He's been hitting a lot. It's crazy. He's been hitting a lot if you play at FanDuel. All right, so that was Jalen Brunson. But on the other coast, or I guess on the West Coast, there is a team that when the season started, Alex, we said they could be the best team in the entire NBA. Then they fell off. Steph Curry got hurt. But now what has happened to the Golden State Warriors? Talk to me.
Yeah, they look terrifying, Coach. The Warriors' latest iteration of what's being called their death lineup, one that consists of Draymond Green at center, surrounded by fast, skilled, athletic shooters and playmakers. Due to various injuries over the course of the season, this unit didn't log a single minute during the regular season. This lineup consists of Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and like I mentioned, Draymond at center. I've been talking about this lineup a bunch the last few days. We got a brief glimpse in game one. Then last night we got the full experience, and they put on an absolute masterclass of basketball. They finally took the court on Saturday, but I mentioned they just logged 5 minutes. That was just a mere taste to see the potential. Last night, though, they took the court with 6 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Golden State was trailing 45-35. By the time the halftime whistle sounded, the Warriors led 57-51. Launched a 22-8 run in half a quarter. It was unbelievable. Jordan Poole scored 29 points. Steph Curry had 34 points in just 23 minutes. They combined to go 13 of 28 from three-point range. Good luck beating this Warriors team when they deploy this lineup.
I saw a tweet last night, and it was like a graphic, and it was like 41-31 with 7:30 to go in the second quarter. At the end of the third quarter, they had 101 points. Crazy. Great storyline by you, Alex. Now, those were 2 games last night. But the beauty of the NBA playoffs is every single night we get 2 or 3 games, which we love, except if you're the Atlanta Hawks, who would have loved to have at least another day or 2. That's not going to happen. Zach, what do you got?
Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks last year, they were the big surprise, maybe in the entire playoffs, just by getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. Nobody expected that to happen. This year, up and down, up and down. They had to win some play-in games. They got the 8th seed in the East, but winning those play-in games kind of hurt them just to get going against the Miami Heat in this first-round matchup, because they're playing tonight their 4th game in 6 days, and we saw what happened a couple nights ago. They really didn't have a good effort. Trae Young it matched his career worst in terms of shooting, 1 for 12 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range. It was his worst performance since he did that his rookie year against the Chicago Bulls. So we'll see how flat they'll be tonight. This might be one of those situations, Coach, where they're down 0-2, and it takes for them to get back home when they're playing the game 3 and game 4 to get any type of energy level to lift themselves up.
When you are tired, those legs go. And for Trae Young, he needs those legs for those long threes. It all correlates. And it correlates into a pick we're going to have on the show in just a minute. But we've grown so much across so many different platforms that we now have commercials. So it's time for a quick break right here on the Early Edge. And we are back. And it's time for our board for the day. And I tell you all the time. You got to be laser focused. You can have a good day or 2 days, but all we're trying to do here at this brand for you is just win more than we lose. We know we're not going to win every single game. That's not our focus. It's about winning more than we lose. 2 big plays from SportsLine today. And if you're not a SportsLine member, what are you doing? I literally watched a show this morning about how much money people waste, and I've been guilty of it too. I'm asking $10 a month for all the best cappers in the world. You can do that. But here we go. 2 plays today. We're going to go the Phoenix Suns minus 9.5. They have been terrific. 4-1 against the spread this year against New Orleans. The Pelicans, as you go a little bit deeper, well, how about 1-7 against the spread when they're an underdog of between 8 and 11 points? That's next level kind of stuff you only get at SportsLine. So we'll take the Suns minus the 9.5. Then Braves, Dodgers. If you've been paying attention, I know they play late on the West Coast, but the Dodgers have won 7 straight games by at least 2 runs. They've cashed on the run line 7 games in a row. How crazy is that? They won at least by 2. So when we get minus 145 against the defending champions, we're going to take it all day. We don't have to lay the run line this time. We'll take the Dodgers minus 145. Love those 2 picks. Now, you know that there are 2 spots on the show that are so important. And I take a lot of time every day trying to decide where my guys are going to go. Very, very serious stuff here. So, Mike Barner, I know how you always are sending me the private text. Coach, give me the smoke. I said, wait, that's Alex's line. You go, no, not today. I'm on with Alex. Give me the smoke with him on the show. I'm like, damn, Mike Barner. All right. So, Mikey B, you want the smoke? You're up first.
You know, Mike Barner is synonymous with wanting the smoke, right? All right, we got two NBA picks for tonight. The first one, as Zach was talking about that Heat-Hawks game, I'm going to go Heat -7. The Hawks are really in trouble here. They're only going to go as far as Trae Young can carry them. Game 1, he had 8 points, shot 1 of 12 from the field. This is a great Heat coaching staff with a lot of great defenders. They can give him a lot of trouble in this series, throw multiple looks at him. His supporting cast is not complete right now. John Collins is working his way back from injury. Clint Capella is out. So I think this could be another lopsided win for the Heat. So we got Heat -7. And then let's switch over to the player props. Let's go to the Timberwolves-Grizzly games. I'll go Anthony Edwards over 24.5 points. That's -110 at Caesars. You know, some players, they wilt under the bright lights of the playoffs. It's only been 2 games, but that certainly doesn't look to be the case for Edwards. The guy had 30 points in the play-in game against the Clippers. He had 36 points in game 1 against the Grizzlies. What I like about him is the Timberwolves played at the fastest pace in the league during the regular season. He's had at least 21 shot attempts in both of their first 2 playoff games, including 22 total shots from behind the arc. So when you get that kind of pace and that heavy usage rate, the over there is pretty appealing.
Mikey, let me ask you this. Speaking of the over, it is not changed from what it would have been in the regular season. I just looked, and it's still 241. Doesn't that seem a little high for a playoff game?
It does seem high, but both of these teams have such crazy scoring. And like I said, the Timberwolves play at such a fast pace. I'd probably avoid playing a side on that because I really do think it could go either way. But if I was forced to pick, I would do a little sprinkle on the over.
Oh, my man, I love when you bring the brand forward like that. Just a little bit of a sprinkle. I love that so much. All right, by the way, Anthony Edwards, he's a savage. He's quickly becoming one of my new favorite players in the entire league. You guys see the story about his dog? You see that about his dog? He named his dog Anthony Edwards Jr. Why? Because his dog can do anything he says. Savage! Savage!
Oh,
he says
man.
He's just like me as a player. He can do anything. I love that confidence, and I love this play. He's going to go north of 30 again tonight. I love it. However, there are 2 teams playing tonight in Memphis. And the Grizzlies, the 2 seed, they find themselves, Zach, with their back against the wall. So they're going to need somebody outside of John Morant to step up. Who do you think that's going to be?
Yeah, I think you go with Dylan Brooks here, over 21.5 points. Excuse me. You talked about it, Coach. The Grizzlies were stunned in game 1, so they're going to need their ace players to step up here in game 2. Brooks is reliable. I think he'll be able to get that in the points department. And with him, you have to be careful. Sometimes you want to splash the points, rebounds, and assists, but he doesn't really fill out the box score in terms of rebounds and assists. So make sure you just do points here. And what I also like here, the Grizzlies, they got to the free throw line 43 times, or 40. They shot 43 free throws in game 1. Brooks got to the free throw line 5 times, 10 free throws himself. And Mike just talked about the pace of play. Game 1 was 130 to 117. You go back to the regular season, there were scores of 125, 118, 138, 95, 119 to 114. So this is a situation where Brooks, he feels comfortable on the floor. He's going to get his 15 to 17 shots, shot the ball 17 times in game 1. You have to imagine with him getting those trips to the free throw line for dynamic pace, there's going to be fouls once again. He's going to get that combination again to get his free throws and his points from the field to go over 21.5.
You know, it may be one of those situations, Zach, where we just, like Mikey said, sprinkle a little bit on the over, play these props, and just enjoy the game and say, hey, let it be 120 to 120. And then we win no matter what. So I would love that, and I love playing prop points bets whenever we're thinking about the over. It all correlates. It feels really, really good. Now, you guys have been on the show with me for a while, right? You know it's not really my style to tout myself or to tell anybody when I've done something good, right? That's not really my style. However, we've got a new little segment on the show called Cash with the Coach. People, first 3 days, they were like, Coach, you suck. You lost all 3. They were all bad beats. Well, now I've found my groove. And count them, I believe AB's not a math major, 4 days in a row. Your boy has cashed a ticket. I've met all of you at the pay window. Can we make it 5? So today, here's my play. I'm going to go Angels, Astros over 8. Now, you say, Coach, why are we doing that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I have my research right here. It's going to a very prop stars-esque take for you. So, The Astros, through the last 4 games, they've got over the total of 9. The Angels, the last 5 games, have got over their total. Patrick Sandoval, only 4 innings pitched this season. So we don't know what he's got in the tank. You're going to give me 8? I would get it in right now. I think it's going to go up to 8.5. But I love this play today in Houston. Angels, Astros, over 8. Now, speaking of Alex, he has really stepped up as a team player. He came to us last summer as kind of a one-trick pony, people said. No. This man can do it all. And he can do it all today in the maestro spot. So, Alex, if you don't mind, the floor is yours.
I'm honored to have the maestro spot as well. I appreciate that, Coach. I've got 2 props for tonight since we don't have an NBA stream. I thought I would include a second one that I like a lot. First up, we've got Steven Adams, Memphis center. Under 20.5 PRA. Adams just had a dismal game 1, 0 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, didn't attempt a single field goal. He has been trending down recently, with Brandon Clark actually stealing minutes from him, who is a much more natural fit at center in this matchup against Minnesota, who are a very athletic team. Adams, frankly, lacks the lateral quickness, in my opinion, to really be effective. Closing out on Cat, who, as we know, is one of the best 3-point shooting big men in the NBA. Wouldn't surprise me if Adams played south of like 24 minutes tonight, like hovered between 20, 22 minutes. And Brandon Clark, who's been very effective off the bench, just seems like a much better fit. So I'm fading Steven Adams under 20.5 PRA. Next up, we've got my favorite player in the NBA. That's Mikal Bridges of the Phoenix Suns. I'm going over 19.5 PRA. 3 20-point games this season against the Pelicans. Faced New Orleans 4 times in the regular season, eclipsed this total in all 4 matchups. I very rarely buy into narratives, especially when it comes to props, but something tells me that Bridges is going to have a very inspired performance tonight after being snubbed for the Defensive Player of the Year award. In my opinion, he should have won that. He's going to come out extra motivated. I think this number of 19.5 is way closer to his floor than his ceiling. I am taking the discount. Let's go.
By the way, if you're the NBA, how embarrassed are you right now with that unveiling of the Defensive Player of the Year to Marcus Smart by Gary Payton? That was the worst thing I've ever seen. If you're going to surprise it, then make it a real surprise. Make it good. Tell Gary Payton what to say. That was terrible. But to your point, Mikal Bridges did not win that award. So tonight, motivated, inspired, ready to go, focused. It sounds a lot like my crew here on the Early Edge. A lot of the same things. Now, grab your paper, grab your pencil. It's time for the recap, courtesy of AB on the 1s and the 2s. Look at this. Mikal Bridges over 19.5. You know, in the world of golf, we call it par. P-A-R. Par. It's a little correlation. Steven Adams, we're going to go under. I can't wait to see him. 2 early fouls, walk over the bench, throw the towel down, say, yes, sit there all Adams. Now, Mikey B, we're going to Heat -7. You heard the storyline. The Hawks have played 4 of the last 6 days. They're going to be gassed. Then, with the Timberwolves, we'll go Anthony Edwards over 24.5 points. Then Zach Attack, 1 prop today. Dylan Brooks over 21.5 points for the Grizzlies. Then my play today. Can we do 5 in a row? Angels, Astros over 8, -108. Then 2 plays from SportsLine. Our models have the Suns, -9.5, and the Dodgers on the money line at -145. Now, we hit the gym late last night, around 1:30 a.m., but can we hit the parlay again today? AB, show your face. I want to hear your explanation for what you got for the AB3 today. Talk to me.
Yeah, Coach. You know, what we try to do when we have these 3 NBA playoff games is we play a little game here. We say, all right, which team is going to cover? Which game is going to hit the over? Which team do we trust to win, but we don't trust with the cover?
Okay.
Everything laid out for the Heat. And we had this before the guys laid their plays out, so I feel even more comfortable with that. The other 2, yeah, like, look, we like the Suns here, but we're going to take the insurance with it of just hitting the money line. And the Grizzlies, who knows, man? They're going to win the game. I don't trust them with a big number like that, but they're going to win. John Morant's not going down 0-2. So, yeah, we're going with the Heat cover. Suns, Grizzlies, hit them on the money line.
Oh, and I apologize at all. You're going to have to stay up late night tonight, but that's what it's all about in the NBA playoffs. You got to stay up late night to catch those tickets. We're here for you. Don't even worry about it. We're here for you. AB, thank you very much. Appreciate you, sir. All right. Now, that's all the damage we can do. Do not forget, we'll have an NBA live stream tomorrow. Also, the PFL, more MMA right here on the show. We'll have picks for those fights tomorrow. They're smart. They put them on Wednesdays. They don't fight with the UFC on the weekend. So we've got all of that coming up over the course of the next couple of days. And, of course, Zurich Classic coming up on Thursday. Check out the first cut. I'll be a part of that today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the First Cut YouTube channel. But for here and now, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, I love them all. Every single day they bring it. Zach Attack, Mikey B, Prop Stars, of course, AB on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. We're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We grind, and we grind for you. Be a part of what we're building right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.